Today I will tell you a story about me and the mirror I used. Mirrors are everywhere in our lives. For me, the mirror is very important and functional. It can help me correct my dance mistakes, check my physical condition, and determine my dressing problems before going out. Therefore, I want to make statistics on my daily mirror action time and consciousness. So firstly, I ask several related questions to myself based on this topic. When do you look in the mirror every day? How long does it take to look in the mirror each time? What am I doing when I looking in the mirror? Are you conscious or unconscious when looking in the mirror? Is my mirror just a mirror or other objects? And then I started collecting data 7 days a week based on these questions. During the recording process, as long as I looked in a mirror, I will record it even though it's not a real mirror. In the process of collecting data, I mainly use the timer on the mobile phone to help me record time usage and use the Excel to record this data. Finally, I filtered out 52 valid data. Yes, these are my data points. Then I mainly use the two classifications. The first one is to classify according to the time. Through this table, I can know that every time I looked in the mirror during these 7 days, which is more conscious behavior. The second one, I used the category method. Through this classification, I can understand that when I look in the mirror unconsciously, the time it takes is shorter than when I look in the mirror consciously. Actually, I think I need to mention that when I looked in the mirror for some purpose, it's conscious. When I still look in the mirror without a purpose, it's unconscious. I want to make it clear. So, although the third one I use is also time classification, I readjusted the content of the data points. Through this chart, I can see that I spent the most time looking in the mirror, morning and the evening during the week. When I was washing my hands, I would look in the mirror unconsciously, and I would wash my hands many times a day. Sometimes a mirror can be used as a real mirror or other objects, such as the computer screen. When I brushed my teeth and washed my face, I looked in the mirror for the longest time. This page, I think, is more clear. So next, I think I need to explain why I choose these types of graphics. So for the is it a conscious behavior every time I look in the mirror? This part I use the graphic because I think it's like a charging. When I am thinking about doing activities, my brain is charged. When I am not thinking, my brain is intermittent. The second one, although their attributes are different, some like a computer screen or mobile phone screen, but to me they are all mirrors. Therefore, the color of the outer frame represents their similarity to me. The blank in the middle means that it's not actually a mirror. For the activities, there are many types of activities, and different activities have different colors. It's more clear, I think. So next, according to the third one, realization. This one, I drawed the draft of physicalization. I had two plans, but I prefer the right one. Yeah, because it looks like it connects all the time together. So I started creating. This is my finished product based on the third realization, and I want to make it clear, so zoom them together. This is the date, and each rectangle on the line is a data point of mine. Yes, this part. The color frame represents the activity. The mirror material represents the conscious and the real mirror I used. This one. The line represents the time axis. Other materials are matte, which represents unconsciousness. The color filtered rectangle is another object that I used as a mirror. Yeah, to make it clear, so for the part of consciously looking in the mirror, I use mirror material to express it. Because the longer I look in the mirror, the larger the size of the mirror and the better I can see myself. It also shows that I am indeed looking in the mirror. For the part of unconscious looking in the mirror, I chose a matte surface because I think that unconscious behavior means that my brain is not thinking. This part should be vogue. The road represents the timeline connecting them together. Sometimes I don't necessarily use a real mirror. It may also be a computer screen, which I express by filling in the entire fragment. Finally, the reason for choosing this method is that I can clearly understand the time to look in the mirror, so that I can clearly know how I use the mirror in a week. Finally, I think I need to conclude this part. So in the whole learning process, the most difficult part for me is analyzing and filtering and thinking about how to classify, because this requires a certain logic. In the process of organizing data, I need to understand what kind of effective information this data can convey. I have recorded invalid information during the recording process, but the information it passes to me has nothing to do with what I want to express. It took me 3 days to filter it out. Of course, I have learned through this period of time that data brings me more than just numbers. It can convey different stories through different classifications. For example, using time classification, it will tell a story in the form of a timeline. If the classification method is category, it may tell your own story according to the daily behavior of the character. At the same time, I hadn't made a story about data before, and just saw that data is a form of displaying numbers. However, through this study, I've found that through this data, I can even understand my behavioral habits for a week. It's not some data, but a story about a certain topic. It's really interesting. Thank you.